stay black in America, the greatest country in the world for a black man or a black woman or for any ethnic or immigrant for that fact. DC is having a sweeping of the streets in DC. The Trump administration has gotten the federal police, the FBI, the DA agents. They're going around to all these encampments, all these makeshift home areas on federal property and district property, and they're clearing it out, man. Illegal aliens who've been sleeping there for years on the street, they're tearing those encampments down and arresting people and shipping people out of the country. It's just an extraordinary thing going around in the District of Columbia right now. It's something I haven't seen before. District of Columbia has always been considered a sanctuary state. I think there's hundreds of them all over the United States. But since the United States or the District of Columbia is considered a jurisdiction and not a state, they have less power and control of what the federal government does or wants to do inside this particular area. So, yeah, I think Trump wants to make it a beautiful oasis again. He wants to make it so when tourists come here, they're not going to be in fear of something happening to them. It'll be a police present. It won't be homeless encampments and places where people, I guess, are urinating on the streets and defecating on the streets and stuff of that nature. So he's cracking it down big time. Hopefully he goes after those people illegal. There's been some fear amongst some Central American, South Americans that are coming in my particular business saying that they have all the proper identification, but they're still being kind of targeted as illegal immigrants or illegal aliens. So I think they need to clear that thing up big time, because if anybody who's went through the process of becoming a citizen in America knows it's a great deal they had to go through. So, but nevertheless, they clean up the place. I've heard a lot of YouTubers come here to Washington and say the beautiful monuments and beautiful structures, but then they all and laugh at the homeless that are on the street in the nation's capital, saying, yes, the greatest country in the world, the capital city, look at all this homeless and trash and stuff like that. So I think those things have got around to President Trump. He stays on social media. He's got the pulse of what's going on around him. He got the ears to listen to what people have to say. I think he takes it personally that since him sitting on the throne as being the president of the United States of America, he's going to make this place an oasis. So, he's making it happen. I don't know why this jurisdiction itself couldn't make these things happen, but these sweeping changes that he's doing as far as the homeless and those kind of things, I think it helps everything as far as sickness and disease and people getting hurt on the street or things happen to them when it's sleeping at night or in the public eye. So it's just the kind of thing where I'm glad I'm not homeless. I'm glad I'm not in the street. I'm glad I'm not an immigrant. I'm glad I'm Black American, born in America, several generations down now, and it's just I always say it's the greatest country in the world. Everybody's trying to come here. Everybody wants to stay here, regardless of what reason they say, whether they're coming for economic reasons or whatever type of reasons, they're still coming here. So you don't come to a place that is worse than the place that you left. You come to a place that is better than the place you left. The economy is always booming here. There's jobs around. Money's floating everywhere. People have jobs, and education is, and like I say, in this sanctuary state, you can educate your kids free. You get housing. You get somehow or another you get on the EBT or the welfare system. It seems to be laid out for you to do that. And immigrants, wherever they come from, are intelligent human beings as well. So any type of positive thing that they can take advantage of, they're gonna take advantage of it. So I would just hope that me being Afro-American, I wanted to visit any one of these Central American countries or South American countries, that I wouldn't need a visa, that I wouldn't need to show my regular ID, my regular ID of District of Columbia, showing I'm a resident, living and getting there that kind of way, and not pay all this rack of money when you got people from all those countries just living here and enjoying the great American dream, and managing to exist in this country and find jobs and ways to make money without being thrown out. So it's happening now in the Trump administration, because it's always been, I guess, against the federal guidelines that people just walk across the border and just take a residence. But like I say, some places are favorable toward anybody coming in from wherever you're coming at. So it's just leadership at the time, whoever wants to, what they want to do, whatever political agenda they have or whatever they want to do. That's how it works. But again, I think DC is one of the greatest places in the world, and no better place in America for a black man or a black woman. We rose to all type of things in this country. I'm sure there's been all kind of racism and things that have gone our way, but so many things have gone right for us and make us by ourselves the eighth to the 15th biggest economy in the world, just ourselves living in the United States of America. So depending on what do we do with our money, how we throw it away, how we spend it, it's statistics that black people spend 90% of their disposable income to just put it back in the economy, don't save, don't invest in it, those kind of things. And 75% of Americans have become rich on real estate. So if you put your money in some real estate and increase in equity, then you make your roots even stronger in the world than what they are. So look, Trump's doing this, sweeping through. He's toning things down. A lot of fear in people's eyes. A lot of fear. Of course, it would be fear because, you don't want to be uprooted and thrown somewhere. Maybe your family not with you, this kind of thing, and your children maybe here, your wife there, your relatives, and may expect you to send them money back home. Maybe that's going to stop because you're not working in the kitchen or on a vending thing or a construction site. But it just means that I guess you got to follow along the rules. I mean, whether you want to or not, you got to follow the rules because it's just the rules of the United States of America. I guess they call them sanctuary states for a reason because you allow people to live in an area where they're actually not supposed to be. So hopefully I can go to one of those countries and live, like I said, and view and do all the things I want to do and not be kicked out of it by just having a simple driver's license. Like, share, subscribe to my channel.